I accidentally touched the screen wrong because a call was coming in. Sorry about that. So part 2. Oh, goodness. He's like, not part 2. Oh. Oh. I love you. Anyway, so you're basically drugged. Just like if you've ever been drunk or loaded on something, too much medication, what have you, and your mouth overrides your you know what? 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 Are you trying to say you love me? So, it takes time. Once you've been tipsy, it takes time. Gosh darn it. Wish that message thing would stay off of there. It takes time to sober up. Even if it's your own natural hormones, your own natural brain drugs, adrenaline, cortisol, endorphins, they'll work their way through their system once they're not like you're not taking another shot. You're not giving yourself permission to be mad again. And some of my clients, they come in and it's like their stove is always on. It doesn't have an off button. So they're exhausted and easily enraged. Just like it's easier to get your stove to go to high and boil water. Come here. Come here. If it's on low or medium. And some people's temperature is on medium high, so it's easy to go in, to get enraged. Some people it's a slow simmer. Some people you never even know, but it's in their body. It's there. It's like some people you can't. Oh, I couldn't tell they were drinking until all of a sudden they were drunk. So, when we have this rebound effect where we've been doing good, the drugs start telling us messages like, you're not getting enough reward. They don't appreciate how hard you're working. They can't see you for who you are. And then it says, no one's ever had my back. No one's ever loved me the way I need to be loved. No one's encouraged me to follow my dreams. Oh, it goes on and on and on. Exact words. You got to write them down. When you hear them, when you can hear a repeated message, as soon as you go, oh, I have thought that before. Write it down. Write it down. One way you can do it too is whatever thoughts running through your mind today, write them down. Just shorthand. Little bullet point. And then the next day, do it again, and you'll start seeing a repeated pattern. Well, that's how people hypnotize themselves. Repeat, 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 repeat. If someone's in an abusive relationship, the abuser is usually repeating certain sentences, right? Well, a lot of victims of childhood trauma, to give it to you bluntly, it breaks my heart. The abuse that the abandonment, the neglect, the verbal, mental, physical abuse some of these kids have gone through, and then turn around and relationship after relationship, they're repeating the same system to some degree and become the abuser. So you have to, I'm not saying every time, I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying is not uncommon. So, I forgot my coffee. And I flavored it today and everything. So it's full of calories. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm coming. It was kind of hard on my knee this morning, so I'm already limping. Okay. Cheers. I love flavored coffee. This is that International Delight or something like that. Very good. Jump. Jump. Good boy. Good boy. So, yesterday I was putting on makeup and I was in a hurry. I just thought, instead of 5-minute makeup, it was like a minute 45 makeup because I was outside way too long. And then I came in so hot and sticky that I just couldn't put on makeup right away. So when I went to go put it on, I thought, oh, be damned, I'll just throw it on. And I had speckles all over. Fallout was everywhere because I quit. I just didn't tap. So I'm trying to remember to do that today. So bear with me. Oh, I had such a mess yesterday. I can't tell you. Okay, so here's the thing. When we have been abused as a kid and we finally get old enough to take care of ourselves, our voice gets loud. It goes from being, why doesn't anybody love me? To, nobody ever loves me. It can get, you got to figure out how it comes across in your own head. Because if you don't, God, it's such a repeated story. If you can't name it, you can't fix it. If you can't recognize it, you can't go after it. Right? That's why my clients, I think, appreciate me, is because I'm not just listening to their sad stories and affirming what they've been through. I say, okay, now what does this mean for you today? How do you wish you could handle that today? In your wildest dreams, what would it look like that you could do? And then we'll look at the different options that they come up with. And then we'll look at some of the options I might come up with and come up with an experiment. Well, recently, and this, like I said, this happens in cycles, is, excuse me, is that I had several people get tired of being the change in their home this week. They're just tired of it. And have lost their tempers. And then they spend most of our session rationalizing their, shitty behavior. I love my clients, don't get me wrong. I love you. I love me. I love my dog. I love everybody. I love their journeys. The problem is, when you haven't been parented as a child, you need someone to parent you. Yes, you do. You need someone who can talk to you straight. Someone who knows you, someone who sees you, someone who feels you, someone who would fight dragons for you if they could. And give you sort of a role model on how you're supposed to treat yourself. Oopsie. You understand? If you don't know how to do that, you don't know how to do it. Now, one of the things is, with people who have been wounded, everything's an emergency. They don't just want something done, they want it done yesterday. Especially anxious, avoidant personality. We going pop. Everything's an emergency. So even if they're talking about picking up extra toilet paper, it comes, if it's a subject that they know about or they're excited about or they don't know about, whatever it is that's going on for them, it comes across with a lot of energy. Like mine. I grew up and developed an anxious, avoidant personality. So I know that one really well. And as a matter of fact, that's why I interview my clients on the phone before I just sign them up, because I like to know that we're going to be on the same page, that I'm going to understand them. And most of my clients do have, I haven't used this brush in forever, and I have one left, just one. So I'm going to try it. I even went through my makeup brushes and gave a bunch of those away recently. But this is one of those brushes that I don't know what people would use them for, but I'm going to use it for dusting off fallout. Because this is a little heavy and it doesn't have the tip is here, and I don't know. I really like this one. This one's working pretty well. Yeah, I have it. Why not use it? You get in there. Good girl. Okay. So, the threshold for pain is low, right? We're frustrated. We're frustrated, then we're not being heard. We're frustrated we're not going to get what we want. We're frustrated that whatever's going on will never end, even if it's been going on for a moment. It just gets unbearable. I'm suffering. Whatever that message is. Well, to be able to get a client to stop thought, change thought, can work to a certain level. They'll use it because they want to do their homework. They'll use it to the level that they can. And it's usually then on small things, like dropping a glass and thinking, my world sucks, I can't believe I dropped a glass. And if the glass breaks, oh, F me, F you, F goddamn it. They're just all over the place. Oh, I'm not being over dramatic. Some of my clients are like laughing so hard because they're like, how do you know I do that? Well, I used to stub my toe on the coffee table over and over and over again, cuss and swear, be mad, ruin my day, and never think, thank God for therapy, and never thought one time about just moving the coffee table. Yeah, that's the truth. I had it just, and that's why a lot of decorators will tell you to have, you know, so many inches of walkway, you know what I mean? And mine was just off a little bit, and I stubbed my toe over and over and over again. That was early in therapy. And finally, I was like, why are you in a bad mood? I stubbed my toe this morning. I spilled some water. Okay, was there any consequences? Did you break your toe? Was there blood? No. So why are you still mad? Because I'm so stupid that I can't walk through my own living room without stubbing my toe. God hates me. Or maybe you just need to move your coffee table. I was like, what? So when I talk to clients and we're talking about different options, it's not that they're stupid. It's not. They've been going on survival for so long. They're not going to think about moving the coffee table. They're going to think about surviving the pain of hitting their toe on the coffee table. See what I mean? So what I do is when I have weeks like this, one after another, is I'm telling you, I just remind them, you're in therapy for you, not because they might have come in originally to improve their relationships or get people off their back. But then they realize, for a little gentle prodding, that they're in therapy for themselves. It's a beautiful thing to see. And then they're like, but I want some recognition. I want a reward. I want the cookie. You know, be a good girl, you get a cookie, kind of thing. And it's sad. And sometimes I feel like crying because I know their heartbreak. I know that feeling of abandonment. And then I try to talk them through to be with me in the room, in the same room with me, not in their head in all those rooms. And realize they're not there anymore. They're not in their childhood anymore. And if we need to mourn the passing of that childhood that was never lived, kind of like giving birth to a baby and having it stillborn, you got ripped off of that child. You got ripped off of your childhood. Go ahead and mourn it, but you can't bring it back, and doesn't make sense to mourn it and ruin your whole life. Ruin your other kids, your spouse, your jobs, over and over again. Give me that brush. I didn't have that fall out a second ago. What the heck? Huh. Well, there you go. I'm going to have to put on some more powder. Okay. And now a little blush. How about that? So what I was going to tell you is, before I have to get off of here, there's a level of discomfort that you have to allow yourself to experience. You have to be able to give yourself give yourself permission to experience a different level of discomfort, different level of, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not just uncomfortable, but people who have been hurt their whole life, they just get mascara. No, they're pretty good. Okay. They don't want to feel pain. They have a very low threshold for pain. But when you're trying to change your neural pathways, and this is why people go, I'm sick and tired of this. You have to be able to shut your mouth, close it, close your lips, not say anything, not touch anybody, and decide, do you need to go for a walk, do some push-ups, scrub the bathroom floor, or just sit and rock, or sit and breathe. Figure out something you can do that's non-violent. Non-violent to them and non-violent to you. And it's so much easier said than done that it's ridiculous. And this is what most therapists don't tell you. There's one book, it's called Courage to Be Myself by Patricia Thiel, Theole. If you get that book, it'll describe to you in a better way than I'm describing to you. You have to be prepared to feel pain that you feel like will never stop. And believe me, if I said I could take away some of your pain, but you have to be able to feel the worst pain emotionally, because your brain tricks you into thinking it will never end. When you shut your mouth and don't hurt anybody and don't hurt yourself, you have to be able to maintain that neutral place, that it's so painful. And honestly, most time it doesn't last for more than 20 seconds or 45 seconds at the most, if you do it correctly. And her book will tell you how to do it. Golden Oldie. And I'm telling you, I've had more people buy it and set it on a shelf and never read it. It's heartbreaking. So it just takes longer in therapy to feel better. So more money for me. And I get to see you more often. And I like you. Sometimes I love you. So I'm not going to, beat you over the head for not doing your homework. But I will remind you over and over again, I'm not hungry enough to suck your wallet. If you do your homework and you're willing to experience the discomfort, you will experience growth and peace. Hey, life isn't peaceful all the time. Trust me. However, my soul knows where it belongs. And that is satisfying to me, even on the hardest days. All right, gotta run. I'm running late. Oh! Love you. Bye for now.